Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I am using my voice this time actually, yes, because I want to try and start using my voice, see how that goes, because I want to have people watching the videos longer, and I think if I using my voice, it would probably help a lot more rather than people reading, because it's a lot easier for me to work with typing and stuff, but I find that there's probably a lot of people that don't want to just sit and read, honestly. Either way, I'm pulling on the new character, Shana. She's an apothecary that deals with SP stock, a new kind of buff that's like HP barriers. It goes over your maximum SP and takes from that pool first, like for anything that like SP drain or just using skills in general, I'll take from that pool first. And she also hits lightning and wind with all of her axe attacks. She's got 3 different ones. And she's very helpful with characters that want to be at maximum SP or just are very SP hungry. And she goes very well with the other Bargello characters like Lavina and Bargello who take a lot of SP. We're doing paid steps on the banner. This is step 2. This, I got Corin here. I actually quick tapped it because it was early in the morning when I did these polls and I wasn't really thinking. Either way, moving on. Lavina actually got her 6-star upgrade today while I'm doing this recording. It's pretty good. She got a lot of damage cap up. And she got guaranteed crits with her TP, or EX skill. But she can only actually crit during break with her TP support skill. Either way, she's actually the very first character to be able to hit 1,000,000 damage in one hit. So that's pretty cool. It's step 3, I got a 5-star ring. But yeah. So we've finally been able to hit 1,000,000 damage in a single hit. And it's because of Lavina's insane amount of damage cap up that she got from her EX skill, her support skill, I think. I can't remember offhand. Either way, it's a wealth character, and I got Sonia. Sonia, I actually wasn't really interested in ever getting, but that's not to say that I'm not happy about getting her, because she's still a memory traveler, she's still good, and I am actually pretty happy to be getting her. Getting off-banner memory travelers is always great, like I got Richard pretty recently too, and Sonia still has some good utility. That 8-hit dagger and wind, being able to give a bit of SP when swapping to the back row, and AoE 3-hit dagger and wind, that also gives attack down. It's pretty good for capping her other attack down as well, so she's pretty useful. I'll definitely be using her sometimes. And also the dagger resistance damage that she gives too is pretty great. Okay, I am going to go over Shana's skills now. Her first 2 default skills are a front row heal, 130 power, and her second default skill is a 3 uses per battle, single ally SP restore. It's 10... restores 10 SP, I think, to 50, and if used on a thief or a scholar, it doubles it, so that's more of the Bargello, Lavina type thing. Either way, it's 3 uses per battle, costs 1 SP, so it's basically just like the items that the Triangle Strategy characters have. It's just an SP plum, basically. Step 4, by the way. She has a single target 4-hit axe that hits lightning and wind, like I said. 54 SP, 45 power. She has a front row, ailment clear, and 1 to 4 turns of ailment immunity, and at max boost it also removes swap block, comatose, and silence. I think that's the silence that Oscar gives, the black one, I don't know. Either way, it's pretty good. She gives front row regen for 2 to 5 turns, 120 power, 38 SP. She has a 1-time use per battle, all allies except for herself, 125 to 300 SP stock based on boost. It costs 300 SP to use that skill. This is step 5, by the way, so it's a guaranteed 50-50. 4-hit random target axe that hits lightning and wind, and a chance on each hit to inflict 10%, a small chance on each hit to inflict 10% defense damage for 2 turns. It's 45 power, 53 SP. If at full SP when casting the skill, it's a 6 hit instead. So, when you cast the skill first, like after the drain, it doesn't matter. It'll still cast, basically. 6 hit. And on this one, I got Shana. It's pretty nice. I actually think she's a very adorable character. And it's like Nicola as well. How she deals with SP. I've always been interested in that kind of thing, so. And I got another one here, too. It is another Shana. When I first did these polls, I actually thought that the first Shana I got was the 50-50, and I didn't even actually expect this to happen again, so I got a cool dupe of Shana as well, that I used in a way that I probably shouldn't have. But oh well, I'll talk about that in a bit. Keep going over her skills. Her 5-star skill, the first one, is a self-ailment clear, and then consumes 20% of her max SP up to 3 times for a total of 60%. And at 20% SP consumed, it gives... consuming the SP gives buffs to the whole party. It gives 20%... At 20%, it gives HP regen for 2 to 5 turns, 120 power. 40% SP gives 20% max HP up, and 60% SP consumed gives a 20% max HP barrier equal to 20% of Shana's max HP, that is. Her other 5-star skill is a AoE 3-hit axe that hits lightning and wind, of course, and at max SP, like I said, it double casts, basically. It's 80 power, 81 SP at max boost. That will be 130 times 6, so that is, I think, 780 power? This poll that I'm doing right now is one of the free 50 polls we got. The other 40 I did, this is poll 4 out of 5, were boring. But I showed this one because I got Hunter Tressa clearly. Either way, Shana's TP seal is a front row except sell 50 to 150 SP stock. So it's like a non-limited version of her party-wide one except herself. And her EX skill is a self 25 to 100% max HP heal, and consumes 20% to 60% of her max SP like the other skill. At 20% SP consumed, it gives the party 20,000 damage cap up for 2 to 5 turns based on boost. 40% gives 3 BP regen for 1 turn, and be 2 turns if you're wearing an accessory to do that. And at 60%, it gives the whole party immortality, basically. Most attacks can't kill anyone in the party for 2 turns, and it can't be extended. By the way, this was done by my girlfriend, this poll here. Thanks.
Hi. You're welcome.
Her ultimate is a single target 6-hit axe that has lightning and wind, and then she grants herself 100% to 200% SP stock. At level 9, that's 180%. And this is one of her only ways to give herself SP stock, which is important for keeping her at max SP and being able to use her 6% SP drain skills because they're very strong on her. Either way, her other way to give herself SP stock is her first support skill. It gives the whole party at the start of battle 20% SP stock based on Shana's max SP. Her 6-star upgrade brings that to 40%. Her 3-star support skill is while she's in the front row and she has SP stock, everyone in the front row who takes damage recovers 10% of that damage back to them. And her TP support skill is 5% self SP regen, and if she has SP stock, that doubles. So that's her kit. I guess I'll also mention her accessory, which is 140 SP and 100% ailment immunity. When using 3 BP or more, the user gains 10% SP stock of their max SP, of course. That's something you would really mainly use on Shana. I'm not sure who else would want to use that. Mainly characters that have a lot of SP, though, might want to use that. Either way, this is Apothecary EX2 as a way to show how Shana goes, how she works. You can see her doing the AoE 3-hit and double casting it. She's actually not mainly meant to be doing damage, but she can still do damage if you set her up right. Her stats are really low for it though. But she hits all the weaknesses of everyone here, so I mainly planned on using her for it. But usually you would be using an elemental attack axe if she's going to be casting regen, or a SP axe if you're going to be doing anything else with her. Either way, I'm going to let this play for a bit until I get something else to mention, so just enjoy the video if you want. I just wanted to mention how Solio's 6-star upgrade is still just so great. Her party-wide burst heal and ailment clear is really useful in certain fights. And Jane, how I also wanted to mention how I really realized how she's just an amazing axe character. Being able to apply so much axe resistance down and burn and do actually insane amounts of damage, as you'll see later in the video in a different fight. So hopefully you'll look forward to seeing that later. You can also see that support skill I mentioned where it's 10% damage dealt back to HP. Shana's support skill. It's not very much, but it does end up coming in handy every so often. Like sometimes you might end up living by a sliver of health because of it, where you would have died, which is a niche case, but it's actually pretty useful in some cases, so I like it. I've always liked taking damage back to HP or SP types things. It's pretty, I don't know, I just like it. Here I'll be using Shana as a damage dealer for this break too. She can do fairly well if you do it right. And also look at that 5-1 she just dealt. This is me accidentally using the ultimate thingy was AoE. I completely forgot that it was a single target move. But either way, I still needed it for the SP stock. Now you'll get to see Shana's EX skill in action. There's a bit of a bug, I think, going on right now. It's what we didn't initially know was a bug till at least after I recorded this, where if you apply BP regen, like from Ogun, the AoE 1 BP regen, and then you apply Shana's 3 BP regen, they will merge together for an extended turn count of 3 BP regen for anyone that already had the regular BP regen. So I could get like 6 or 7 turns of 3 BP regen. And that's actually not how it's supposed to work. How it's supposed to work is it's supposed to give 4 BP regen from Ogun's BP regen and Shana's, basically. For Shana's 1 to 2 turns BP regen, and then it'll go back down to 1. The icon should have a 3 on it, like TT's and Ringabell's 3 BP regen. And that will stack together, I'm pretty sure. So, it's actually pretty good for Ringabell because I'm pretty sure, I actually don't have him, but his self buff where he can't be killed and gives 3 BP regen to himself would actually be extended by both of these buffs from Shana, so it actually goes pretty well. Breaking with the random target axe attack there just because I wanted to apply a bit of axe resistance down. And only one hit, so that's pretty bad, but, you know, she still got the AoE attack at the end, so it wasn't like it was gonna miss. And there's Jane doing some really good damage just because she's able to do some insane damage if you set her up right. And Cassidy is very good at setting axe damage up right because she can give like 30% active axe damage up and physical attack up and 10%, or I think it's 10%, ultimate physical attack and axe damage up. And she can give 50% axe resistance down and 50% defense down. And she also has the EX skill for 30% power up, 30% damage cap up, I think, and guaranteed crits, of course. How can you forget that? Cassidy is just an insane buffer, and all her buffs are basically guaranteed to hit herself, obviously, so she also just manages to do a bunch of good damage herself, because she's a good damage dealer. Oh, also this is the part of the fight that I hate, the half health, because you can just be one-shot by the boss, and he ends up getting two moves a turn, which is stupid. Like, you can be one-shot by one of them, you gotta be healing in between, he can still one-shot you, and he has two a turn. It's not fun. I don't like this fight. But at least Jane and Cassidy and everyone can just crush it before he can even do too much to worry about. Getting that EX skill out from Cassidy there. It's a bit interesting actually because the power up can't be increased with buff extensions, and the guaranteed crit doesn't get extended at all. All of our other buffs from it go 5 turns. That one goes 2, but it go up to 3. Also, Jane's ultimate there, applying a third kind of burn, meaning she can give active, passive, and ultimate burn for 3 shield reduction every time it goes off, which is pretty great. You can see it went from 18 to 15 there. Also, they changed the boss's ultimate halfway through the fight from a 1-hit to a 2-hit, which is kind of weird because it still does the same thing. I guess it kind of does more damage, I don't know. I'm also surprised I didn't die there because he attacked twice in a row. I guess I got lucky. And I always make sure to after he does his ultimate to just do a quick party-wide burst heal and ailment clear with Xenia or Soliel. Also, Soliel's EX skill, a 260 to 450 light nuke that also gives the party 2 turns, 3 because of her support skill, of both kinds of attack and defense up, which is, it's 50% actually, so it's actually really great for capping and increasing, especially just like in the off fight where she's just in there and you have a buff cap increase, like Agnia giving 50%, helps a lot with reaching that as well. Also, Gertrude getting hit with Tear and making a Grand Cleave not boosted is very annoying. But it doesn't matter because Jane is just gonna like crush this. Using my my fragments to get Jane for free was a very good idea, I think. Using Cassidy's 6-hit because I was pretty sure the other one was gonna get capped off. Yeah, she doesn't even need to double cast it, and doesn't even let Gertrude have a chance to do demolition. Fight went pretty well. Shana is actually really great for hitting all enemies and doing the AoE 6-hit with high power, so she makes the fight a lot easier to deal with, and then of course Jane just clears it. And here's another fight this one is actually like the perfect battle to do because it showcases characters that use a lot of SP, want max SP like Nicola, Axe weak, and she's also lightning and wind weak as well, so it's just funny. I'm using Shana as my regener, and I can also use Sonya for the fight. And Jane again, which like I said, she was gonna do a lot of damage later in the video, so this is the fight that's gonna be happening. And Cassie's here too to help, of course. I'm a huge fan of the TP support skill they gave Nicola though. Double cast at max SP, so she can just spam 8 hits with 720 power. She's not too good on doing damage, but that doesn't change the fact that she's just like one of my favorite characters, and having an 8-hit dagger is always great. She's also got an 8-hit light because her TP skill is a random target 4-hit light. That SP drain hitting Nicola was actually pretty unfortunate because she has got 80% ailment immunity, but either way it doesn't matter because like I said, Shana's TP SP stock will take from that pool first before taking from the regular pool, which Nicola wants to have maxed out. Also, Jane just doing exactly 50,000 damage with Cassie's follow-up there. Using Nicola to break because at level 120, well at 6 stars you get 3 accessory slots, so that helps a lot with someone breaking and being able to apply more break debuffs with accessories. So I also like to give Nicola the 10% SP regen artifact level 120 accessory, so she can stay at max SP really easy. And just like that, Jane is doing like 700,000 damage just alone there. It's really easy. And she's not even that buffed up yet. I noticed Nicola was a little low on SP there, so you can see the double cast activating there after I gave her a bit. Nicola's EX skill, capping off, it's a 400 power dagger attack that has 1.2 times power up if the enemy hasn't moved yet. I'm kind of surprised and also sad that it is not really SP related, but either way, it gets double casted for I think a total of 960 power if it's double casted and the condition is met, which obviously isn't very difficult. And Jane does 700,000 and 1.4 million, 1.56 million damage, just like that. It's, I don't know, Jane is such a good character for a standard character. I mean, yeah, there are some very good characters. She's not like crazy good, but for axe damage, she's always just like, she's very impressive. I've always loved this move from Cassie though. Random target 4-hit axe that is guaranteed to give 50% axe resistance down, but only for 1 turn. It's actually really useful though. There's Sonya getting some action. Random target 8-hit, always nice. Sonya will get a bit more attention in the Thief EX2 video I'm going to put out. I'm also going to put out a Warrior EX2 video. Let me know if you want to see those in one, because I think I'm probably going to do that. Reapplying the regen there. It drains a lot of SP doing that, so that's kind of why I was like, I might have done a mistake not giving Shana her ultimate level 10, so I could reuse it, but honestly, it actually, it's not that big a deal. I can use a lot of SP, it gives a lot of SP, 180%, and if I really need to, I can use Irie to recover it, and Bargello, I guess, too, if they're being planned on being used together, considering the fact that he's probably getting a 6-star upgrade. That SP drain there being tanked by the SP stock, pretty nice. But yeah, I don't think it was that bad of an idea that I actually awakened her instead of giving her ultimate level 10. I also bought the paid Irie pet after finally realizing just how crazy the normal one is. I thought, a second one would be a really good thing to have. So I now have a second diary that I didn't actually use in this video. Yeah, I also noticed before how Jane had a lot of turns left to her latent power charging, so I'm kind of just wasting turns here, and also that sleep not being applied on Jane was very life-saving. Buffing up more X damage from Casty. Getting the 50,000 damage cap up from the horse pet, just because I know she's probably going to be capping her hits. Also using Sonic Rush instead of the Dagger EX skill, just because I was like fairly certain that Nicola was going to get capped. Signa's ultimate is just so strong, by the way. It gives an insane increase in damage, and that's what you can expect. 900,000, 1.8 million damage, and that's 2 million damage around. I can't stress enough just how, like, I kind of underestimated Jane. I knew she would still do a lot of damage, but X damage has really skyrocketed, honestly, since how it was. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching. I'm a big fan of Shana's character and SP things in general, so I'm going to be trying to use her a little bit, I guess. But, let me know, please, what you thought about the voiceover over the whole thing. I tried to make it like a mix between my normal videos, where it's like the battle playing in the background, and I might make a couple comments thrown in there, but I did leak into the EX2 with my the Apothecary EX2 with my explanation at first. So just let me know what you thought, and also the voicing over the polls, all that. So either way, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and I really hope you enjoyed. I'm really trying to improve the quality of my videos, so hopefully this was a step in the right direction.